Hello, hello. Welcome back to Embody Your Empress. I'm Sarah King, the host of this beautiful podcast and the founder of Empress Nation. Our guest today is an intimacy expert for anyone who is on the verge of thinking, what am I doing with my marriage, with my relationship, who's thinking about walking away? Stop and listen up. We have the amazing Chantal Lamontagne. Is that how you say your last name?
Lamontagne.
Lamontagne, please forgive me, here to share her beautiful wisdom, all things about relationships, recoupling, and how to get back into your feminine when you've lost your way to get that spice back into your relationship. Welcome, Chantal.
What an intro. Thank you so much. I'm so pleased to be here.
Oh, I'm so pleased to have you. I have just been watching your masterclass, The Untapped Power of the True Feminine. And I tell you, I had my notepad out and I was just like, where was this 7 years ago when I was getting divorced? It
I
could have been so much.
That's great. Yes.
Absolutely. Right. Give us Chantel, give us your mission and how you came to be doing this magical power that you do.
I love this question. I found myself in the biggest heartbreak of my life. The man that I adore, I thought I would do my life with, left me. And in the process of healing my heart, I found coaching. Well, coaching found me. 2 years later, I was enrolled in a certificate, coaching certificate. People would ask me, "Can you please coach me?" I said, "Well, I'm not graduated yet." I said, "No, no, no, we don't care. Just please coach us." And from then, tons of people say, "Please write a book." And I'm not an author. I don't know what to do this. And on January 23rd, 2011, I heard, can I say bad words?
Go for it. Yes.
Well, I heard, sit the fuck down and write your book. So I took out a big box of 20 years of collection of articles and notes, and I put together 28 chapters in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, I was obsessed. And the book came out a year later, and 2 weeks from then, it was a bestseller.
Wow. So it must
Mm.
be full of magic. Absolute
It was,
gold.
there is, yeah, I will admit, I don't put it anywhere in my bio. I'm magic. I do magic, but with 90% of percent of reconciliation of couples who are separated or divorced, it must be something in my barbecue sauce. Yes.
Mhm. Absolutely. I mentioned to a friend that I was interviewing you today and they go, what? Really? Is that a thing? And I'm like, I have heard you speak. I'm like, she has the facts. You've got the receipts. You've matched the couples back up together. And I particularly loved a story that you shared that you not only brought a husband and wife back together, but also continued on to help their adult children. Can you share that with us?
It came completely naturally. Once the couple is like set up and lined up to where they are from their essence, then they said, "Can you help us with our teenager?" Was the first request that I had. I said, "Well, I'll see." So we did that. And in one session, everything was just lined up. The parents were blown away to find out where they had gone wrong. And from then on, it was well, only referral. So they talked to other people, and then they would bring me the adult children. And one lady called me one time and she says, "I'm so and so sent me to you, and my son hates me." And within a few months, we got the son in, we got the healing done. And then she sent me the daughter, the sister, and then we did that. At the end of the year, I sent my income tax receipt to my clients. And she said to me, "We had the best Christmas ever. Hiring you was the best decision. Thank you for your help."
Oh my gosh. What a
I didn't
testimony.
even know I could do this. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, it is beautiful. So when people come to you and they feel like they are doing it wrong, air quotes there, doing relationship wrong, something's happened, what's your starting point? Because I think everyone listening has been at that point at some time where you say absolute heartbreak. You don't know what to do. You're on your knees.
Yes, and they've seen, because I'm very new to social media, but people would just refer to me, other people, and they would say, "We saw 4 or 5 other people before you. You better be good, because we're done." Because there's a pain point. They either are threatened by a separation or they're already separated. So they're very ripe. They're very eager to figure it out. So my magic comes when I see them individually, because this is the only way I will know the truth. And then I see them as a couple. And I translate what the wife said, what she meant to her husband. So I translate the feminine to the masculine and the masculine to the feminine. And the moment you start to understand, because you got to start with the mental, the moment you start to understand, oh, then there's something we can do. So we create, I'm a firm believer that you negotiate a relationship and we negotiate things. Now that things are clear, well, there's a step of healing. So they each prepare a request for healing from the other, and it's 1 week one, 1 week the other. And when they are rebooted, then we can negotiate the relationship. And it's a completely different dynamic than people have told me we are happier now after we were so unhappy. We are happier now than when we were happy at the beginning.
What is the biggest change? Is it the understanding?
Biggest change is the understanding. The biggest change is, can I give you an example? The perfect example. This beautiful little woman, 5'1", 90 pounds, comes to see me and she goes, "You're coaching my friend." I had to lean. I was in my office then and I had to lean just to listen to her. And she said, "We've been divorced, my husband and I, but I still love him. Can you help us?" Now, the more feminine will attract the very masculine. So he's stockbroker, fast. He has no time to waste. And I said, well, start with me. And I realigned her where she had gone wrong. And then we write a beautiful, gracious invitation, and we have him coming in. And then I work with him alone. And one time I got her to ask for a healing from him. And he did all of the protocol. And because there's words that are just healing a woman's heart. At the end of the session, he turned to me and he said, "Oh, I was a dick." Oh, okay. Because they really truly don't understand that if he did what he did, the way he did it, with the intensity that he did, he hurt her.
Mm,
And that's 10 years back. So
mm,
accumulated. So I knew in that moment that he understood, oh, this doesn't work. If we want to keep this love together, this doesn't work. So from that moment on, he was aware. He could never not be aware of what he was doing.
mm.
Right. So
What
it's awareness. It's knowing what to do. It's knowing the script. How do you ask for something? How do you receive for something? How do you course correct? Because life in a relationship, it's all kinds of, it's those little things. The
mm,
the wedding and the babies and these events are wonderful, but it's all the little thing at the everyday that just kind of chews up life or the
mhm,
feeling of it. So love doesn't die. The
mm.
feeling of love gets damaged.
That is wow, that actually just hit me in the heart. The
Yeah.
feeling of love gets damaged because I just wrote down like you she came to you, he got invited to come into your sessions and he accepted. So he must have been open to like reconnecting, working on this. I know a lot of women who have been like, I've asked my partner to go to counseling. They refuse. So there must be something in the way that the invitation is laid out.
And that's my magic.
That is,
So
wow.
wives keep telling me, "Is it time to ask him? Is it time to ask him?" I say, "No, no, wait." Because I think of me as your spiritual guide. So I go, I have a feel in my body and I go, let's just fix this. Like I'm an architect of relationship. And then when the time is right, then because a man has to see a woman's start to change to believe that she's doing the work. Now,
Mm,
make no mistake, no man wants to meet me, but I have a way of explaining to them in a way that they will benefit because the masculine doesn't mind putting efforts as long as he's going to have benefits. So I have to show him the benefit. I have the first session to prove myself to him, which I have 100% success. And after that, he's like, okay, I'll do it. And usually understand that people are with me between 6 months and a year, because by the time they find me, it's been 6, 7, 10 years, sometimes 20 years that things have been going down. So it takes a minute and a half to reorchestrate, but I give them the practices of the new model of relationship and lots of practice, and then they'll learn how to do it on their own,
Mm,
right?
right.
That
Yes.
same little woman who got together back with her husband who were divorced sent me a beautiful love note 2 years later. And she says, I was just thinking about you, how much you've helped me into my woman power. I love that expression. She helped me my woman power. And she said, we have finally found our house. They were looking for a house when I was coaching them. And she said, I've never seen my husband so happy. And he bought a sailboat and he called it Second Chance.
Oh, oh my gosh. I mean, like you said, love never goes away. It's just
Doesn't
been
go away.
fractured.
It can be, there is one of the message, thank you for giving me a platform, because one of the message I have is there is very little that cannot be repaired in a relationship.
Mm.
Very little.
Oh my gosh. I love that. And I'm burning to ask, what is the state of our feminine within relationships currently as society these days? Are we trying to be too masculine? And is that the start of some of the problems?
It's the biggest problem. The feminine has such power that when, let me backtrack. You know, and I know that everywhere you look around, women are masculine. Masculine is producing results. It's ordering things around. It's making things happen, right? So there's no openness. There's no softness, right? So it's a big problem because if the woman is in the masculine, she will force the man who loves her. She's not aware of it unconsciously. She will force him to be in the feminine. He will have no choice but being the feminine. The problem is, he's in a masculine body. So that creates either masculine and masculine, or it creates she's masculine and he's feminine, but he will never honor who he is as a masculine being, being stuck in the feminine role because he wants to stay with her, right? So
Mhm.
a big part of my work and my message is to help women really enter into a true feminine. So I watch. It's almost impossible not to watch people on Instagram and Facebook, and they talk about feminine. And I've interacted with a few people, and how people answer me back in a message, I know if she's in the feminine or masculine. And a lot of them talk feminine, but how they do what they do is what I call a soft masculine. It's got nothing to do with feminine. They think they are into feminine. So feminine is openness, feminine is receptivity, feminine is wanting to have the instinct of consuming nurturing, but the caveat is they need to feel themselves up. The last masterclass that you watched, I was explaining to um, the group that it takes a lot to be feminine. It takes rest and good food and fun and playfulness and party time. Just go and do things and great sleep. Uninterrupted sleep. So it takes a lot to be in a feminine. It is a work of. I find that it's a work of a lifetime. But you are much happier to live from the feminine, talk to feminine, move in your life to feminine when you have a feminine body.
Mm.
And that's what men choose. Think of it. When a man marries, it's like he's going to one Walmart. There's only one Walmart. So if she's not available or the door closed, he can't go to Walmart, right? So men seek the feminine because they cannot buy it in store.
Mm.
And
Okay.
they crave it. They're made to crave the feminine. They're
Mm.
made to create the feminine and they will need it. And that's why this whole thing, the CEO who got caught at the Coldplay.
Mm.
What a stupid move to go with his mistress in a place that is so public. This is classic sexual chemistry kidnapping his brain. These are smart people. He didn't think about it. He thought he was invincible because sexual chemistry will do that to you. You think you're invincible, right? So I suspect, and I'm not excusing anything that he did, that he was craving the feminine And when a man craves the feminine, he becomes vulnerable to the other women around him. They can feel it. So he needs to, the best scenario is I teach my women to enter into their feminine, and the men just consume, their husband just consume it, and they have no desire for any other feminine because they're fulfilled. The man has a role to support the vessel of the feminine. So it's really a dance. It's really a partnership.
Mhm. That makes complete sense because there's that saying where I didn't go looking for it, but it fell into my lap. And then there's the opposite side of I am so tunnel visioned, no other woman is on my radar. And you have just explained both scenarios there that are all within our control.
It is such because you learn truly you know the feminine from a model. But we didn't have a model. Our mothers were not, well, you're much younger than I am, but our mothers were not feminine. They were go, 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 create
Mine is
results,
sense.
create results. And
Yeah.
then the men had no idea that they needed to support their woman.
Mhm.
So a woman has a very hard time to enter the feminine and stay in the feminine if he's not giving the frame. The woman in the picture, she's the frame, she's the picture, and he's the frame. He needs to show up and give her that safety, that security that she cannot. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how many maids you have. She cannot do it on her own unless her man who loves her, who said yes to her, creates that level of your man is home.
Mm.
Yes.
Yes, you
And
meant
I
home.
haven't met one man, including the stockbroker, who just didn't want to do this work, but he did. Not wanting to do the work once I explained to him what he would, the benefit that he would get,
Yeah,
that he would be so much happier and he would give the love model to his children. Because who else is going to teach our children to love except the modeling of how mommy and daddy are talking to one another?
exactly. And I think that as adults, that's what slipped past our minds. Like we're so caught in it, we forget that this is actually going into their subconscious as well. And that's the relationships that they will either attract or have to work through themselves to counteract. Like it's a responsibility, not only to
You.
your partner, but to also your family as well. Beautiful. And so, if anyone right now, like, what is one tip anyone can do in their relationship to make it stronger right now?
Tell the truth.
Ah,
Tell the truth. Sit down and say, it's going to be awkward and I don't know what to do it and I don't want to hurt you, but this is what. So I'm talking to the feminine, right? I'm talking to everyone because I assume that most of your audience is feminine. And this is what's been visiting me. This is what I'm feeling. You don't say, because usually we say, this is what you've been doing and I'm pissed off. No, this is what I'm feeling. When I'm witnessing that you're doing this, this is what I'm feeling because he cannot argue with feelings. And can we find a way? Can we figure things out? And the gold key is if you ask for something to your man, always follow with, and what do you need to give me what I'm asking for? So the partnership is now started.
the back and forth, we're in this together rather than a blame game.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yes, it
beautiful.
will inevitably going into blaming game, men and women. Yes.
Yeah.
Spot
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Once you get in that spiral, that's where it's harder to exit out
It's a
of.
downward spiral. You lose yourself. Then you're talking about what happened Christmas 1976 and how he's treating my mother and how he's treating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the beginning of the end. Mhm.
Absolutely. Well, for anyone in a relationship out there or thinking about even going into one or thinking about a past one, reach out to Chantal. Like coaching is worldwide. You can be doing it online. You can be doing it anywhere. Go check out the masterclass. I've got three questions for you, Chantal, before we wrap up this gorgeous conversation. First of all, how do you embody your Empress?
Uh, I will give you a secret. October 2022, I closed my office and I gave myself the gift of time. So I gave myself the mornings. I don't book anybody in the morning. I start around 1-ish and then I go 5 or 6 o'clock. And this has just been a game changer because this is the time where I pray. This is the time where I prepare myself for my clients. This is the time where I can exercise. I can sit down in my garden, pick up my vegetable for the day. It is a sacred time and nobody touches it. Well, except the grandkids that they need me occasionally. Two, I do what I love. I really do what I love. And when I closed my office, I thought, "Hmm, this is semi-retirement." And divinity says, no, it's just the beginning. Just that's why I've opened myself to beautiful people who are doing a podcast. Three, nothing is more important than people you love. So my own life, my son was an Olympic athlete, so our whole life was scheduled around him, and he brought a lot of honors and energy. And I kept thinking, asking divinity, when is it my turn? And I would hear, it's gonna come. So I purposely waited for my career to take off once my son was an adult because I never wanted to be, oh, should I do see this client or should I go see my son at a swim meet? I never wanted to be divided. So I purposely made a decision to be fully present for every stage of my life and my family life. And then when he left home, my book came out, everything turned out beautifully. And I could not have imagined. So it's going to be challenging for the young mothers listening to me going, wow, we can have everything. You can. A woman can have everything: career, husband, business, but not at the same time. That's a lie. Not at the same time. Your young children will, I feel, will, you will always be a happier woman if you're not divided with the guilt of going to a meeting when your kids are sick. And that's not a popular opinion. I understand it. And you're welcome to reach out for me and I can explain more. But having lived a big, long life and more to come, I'm so glad that I did in that way.
It's a beautiful perspective to look at. Absolutely. Also, what does your Empress energy feel like?
Right here.
Right here. She's right.
I'm wearing silk. Yes. With
Yeah.
my beautiful lily. And then my cleaning people come in today. So I had my rollers and I said, I have a big meeting tonight. Big meeting. I'm so excited. And I rested before I saw you. I had a beautiful meal. I did all of the managing things because I don't know what it's like in Australia, but in Quebec, the government gets us to do all kinds of things to run our business. So I got rid of all of that. So I was free to be with you.
Ah, I love that. Present. Present.
Yes. Yeah. And
Beautiful.
loving to myself. Yes.
Loving. Yes, absolutely. Number one. Beautiful. And what are your parting words of wisdom for inspiring your nation?
There is very little that cannot be repaired in a relationship. How many people have said to me, my husband never talks to me. When I have this guy in my office, he can't stop talking. So I create a space where he feels free. So there's nothing, very little that cannot be repaired in a relationship. And nothing is more important than the people you love. Nothing is more important than people you love. You will always feel fulfilled if you showed up in a way that's full feminine, is rested and happy for the people you love.
Oh my gosh. My heart just like fluttered a little bit on that. I'm such a romantic. I love it.
You're such in your feminine. I
Yes.
love because I'm doing a podcast for right now, and I love to watch a woman who is in a masculine mode creating a result, but yet in your feminine. So it's
Mhm.
a delight. I love it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining us, Chantal.